Yummy coffee. Alright, Adrian here, starting the day. Oh, new cans. Nice. I forgot to video my lunch. Sorry. I'll try to have some interesting later. My normal entrance and exit is under construction. Alright, we're at IHOP and we're having food. So this is my plate.
Mom.
Got a plate here. Got a plate here. Please don't, Kyle. Look at that. Oh, look at that. We got a plate here.
And a plate here. Oh, yeah. With some butter there.
A plate here and some butter there. Yeah.
And some syrup.
We got a plate here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. We got a smorgasbord. What's this? Tabasco sauce? Oh, yeah. You like the Tabasco sauce, don't you? Yeah.
Don't pull on my pancake.
Yummy, yummy. Alright. Didn't really get a lot of content made today, so I'm going to do another time lapse, and I want to talk about gear. Now, I recently saw on Casey Neistat's channel, who's a pretty popular YouTuber, the gear. And so I thought I would talk about some of the gear I use to do my vlog and the various videos that I've done over the years on the various channels that I've had. So with that, let's do a timestamp, or not a timestamp, a time lapse. And I'll set up here in this area a little table, and I'll throw all the gear on there that I use, and we can talk about it. Alright, let's talk gear. Okay, the single most important thing you can have is a set of sticks. This particular tripod, if you don't have good light, particularly if you're shooting stills, you got to have good sticks. So this particular tripod is an Enduro Alloy 8M AT214. And I have the BHD2 ball head on it with the Arca Swiss plate. In addition to that, I have a standard, I think this is an Amazon Basics monopod or something like that. It's all stickered up. But I also have an Arca Swiss plate on it, on the top. And then in addition, I've got just a little mini monopod that I can use to stand things on tables, etc. Now, that's just gear. This, in addition to lights, okay, lights, which you got to have good lights. One of the other important things to have for good-looking video is a good light meter. This tells you how many lux you're at, and good tools for getting good color. So this is a white balance card, which is not an exposure card. Underneath it is a gray exposure card, and then I have a white sheet of paper, and this is an X-Rite color checker chart for if you really want to get serious about color balancing. So these tools here are indispensable no matter what light you have for getting good looking video and good exposure. Okay, now let's talk about camera stuff. Okay, my first ever HD camcorder was this guy here. It's the Canon Vixia HFS 100 This camcorder, I believe, was the precursor to the EOS C100, 300, 500. It's got the Digic DV3 or DV4, the same chip that that the original C100 Mark II or Mark I had, or the C series had. In addition, it has an 8 megapixel sensor in it. In terms of resolution, this thing is ridiculously awesome, but it's a very tiny sensor. It's less than a 1/3 inch, not very good dynamic range, but really good resolution. Next camcorder I had, this thing I picked up brand new for, was it $500-600? It's, you know, out of the box. It does everything you need it to do. Second thing I picked up was this Canon HFM 500. It's got the HD CMOS Pro sensor in it. It's a 1/3 inch sensor that is a native 1920 by 1080. Really good dynamic range and color on this camcorder. The only reason why I don't use these two camcorders with any real regularity is they don't give me enough manual control. But these two paired with this Blackmagic Design Hyperdeck shuttle, where you can record video directly onto an SSD over HDMI, you get a clean HDMI feed out on these two cameras to this 10-bit 422 color uncompressed, or 10-bit 422 color is a DNX HD at 200 plus megabits a second. Really, really good. If you want to shoot video in a DSLR, there are really only 3 options. The top line is the Canon 1DC. It shoots 4K in a DSLR. It's a really big body. The newest option is the Canon Digital Rebel T6S. The Canon 70D is your next option, and then this guy here gives you the most bang for the buck. It is the Canon EOS Rebel T3i. I have a loop on it. I've got the Rokinon 8mm T3.8 with manual focus and manual iris. It's a fisheye lens. The reason why I mentioned those 3 cameras for DSLRs, the 1DC notwithstanding, even though it does do it to a degree, is these all shoot in crop mode. So DSLRs are famous for having aliasing and moire if you shoot where you're using the full sensor. This camera, T3i, which you can pick up for a couple of $100 used, the 70D, which the body now costs about $1,000 for the body only, and the T6S all give you a 3x crop mode, where it basically shoots a section out of the center of the camera, out of the sensor. All your aliasing and moire go away. I've got on my other YouTube channel, Quick Surf Internet, sample footage from this guy right here after it's been color graded and stuff. Even this old body looks phenomenal. Alright, now for my daily shooter, I got this guy. It is the Canon EOS Rebel SL1. It's very small. I have Canon's tiny 24mm pancake lens with a little lens hood. It really keeps the light out of the lens. Does a really fabulous job. This little guy here combined with this strap is my daily walk around, and it still shoots fairly good video even though you don't get crop mode video on it. Really good. The body on this is $399. The lens is another $150 or $125. Really, really awesome. I mean, look at the size of this. I don't exactly have giant hands. I mean, look how small this thing is. This is awesome. I have an Arca Swiss plate on the bottom, so I can drop it onto any one of these. Really great. Okay. So that's it for video. The second thing you need to have is audio. So when I'm shooting here in the studio, I use Shure's FP1 and FP5 wireless set with a lav mic. I actually have another lav mic, the SM93, that I can also use with this. All this goes into this guy here, a Tascam recorder. This is the DR60 Mark II, if I'm not mistaken. And then I also have a Shure SM57 mic and a little stand if I want to use that. This is a really great dynamic mic, but this is what you got to have if you want to have good audio. Either that, or you spend money on a Rode microphone and attach it to your hot shoe of your DSLR so it's attached to the camera. The type of shooting I do, I prefer to have this. The second most important thing, in addition to the camera, are lenses. Now, this 24mm lens is great. The reason why I have an 8mm lens on this guy is because I almost exclusively shoot in crop mode on this guy. So the 3x crop mode, 8mm times 3x, gives me the same equivalent 24mm field of view as I would get using this lens on the full sensor. So that's why I have that lens on there. Additionally, I have Canon's 40mm pancake lens. You don't need to have super high-end lenses to shoot video. I also have Canon's new 50mm STM lens. This bad boy is new. It's $125. It's awesome. Those are all the primes. For zoom lenses, EFS 10 to 18mm. Here's another secret. I would never shoot video with a full frame camera because that means you have to spend a metric ton of money on full frame glass. The glass for full frame is way more expensive than EFS glass. So 10 to 18mm on a 3x crop mode like this guy right here. This gives me approximately a 48 to 84, I think, millimeter field of view and zoom. It's f4.5 to f5.6. Again, f5.6 is plenty. You don't need to have super fast glass for video. This is a Canon Digital Rebel XTI. My oldest son actually uses this camera regularly. He's a huge fan of this bad boy here, the 18 to 135 EFS 18 to 135 STM lens. Really nice lens. So I've got 8mm, 10 to 18, 18 to 135, and then a complement of primes. Lenses are important. You got to have them. Now, I said I don't shoot full frame. I kind of lied. I do, but the full frame takes the form of this bad boy right here, a Hasselblad 500 cm 120 film camera. The film size is that big. That is the film behind that metal plate. Look at that. Look at that. That is the size of the film. Look at my hand. Okay? That's the size of the film. When I scan this in after I get it developed, you're looking at 100 plus megapixels of resolution. It's epically awesome. So this guy here is when I really want resolution and I really want to go high end. Believe it or not, film is still high end if you're shooting medium format or large format. So anyway, that's a look of the gear that I use to shoot a lot of the content, in addition to this guy right here, which is my iPhone 5S. And that's that. All right. That is the day. See y'all tomorrow.